ain't gone away. When you're not around, I feel amazed.
Michael Brown, that was an Akata. His daddy is an Akata. And it's a shame, because his dad, so he was just like destined. I always said any celebratory of Come Guzzler Harris by these mammies is all fake and phony. Because if any of these mammies supported that whore.
Nation, one nation, but joy cometh
Come
in the
on,
morning.
Joe!
We will get through this.
We gonna get through this together, y'all.
Together.
Ooh, Joe, we gonna get through this together. Oh yeah. No, y'all ain't even considered. Y'all ain't even in the boat.
What's up, Patriots? It's time to cut through the, well, you know.
What's up, everyone? I'm Axel of Axetruth.com, and this is where I cut through the bullshit. And this is some embarrassing bullshit to cut through, but guess what? It's an election year, and waaaaycism is the big thing. Waaaaycism is so much wacism going on, and the black queens' children are getting discriminated against. First it was Seseme Street, now it's Chuck E. Cheese's. You know, the place where all those black women you seen getting in fights, battling it out, windmilling each other, all in these Chuck E. Cheese all over the Americas. Well, now the black women's all video, sound, and music used during this broadcast falls under fair use. Fair use is allowed for the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe on copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Okay, these black women's and they cheering are being discriminated against. And now, first it was Sesame Street, now it's Chuck E. Cheese. This is wacism. Wacism is everywhere. It's so much discrimination. This is embarrassing. But you know what? The black women's don't have, they can't be, they're not embarrassed about nothing. They're never embarrassed. They have no shame. They will make a fool of themselves. They will argue you down when they're wrong and continue to argue, and they know they're wrong. That's why they're last in everything. I don't care if someone gets offended by it. If you groupthink yourself like that, I didn't say they fall last in everything. It's just what it is. And this foolishness right here, I cannot believe. Now, this lady I listened to, I love her channel. I couldn't believe she even addressed this, because she's not conscious enough to understand this is an election year. This is the year they need to find wacism under every rock, at every corner, white supremacy and racism. And this is such a terrible country for black people, even though the United States has the most millionaires and billionaires of any country of black people. But yet this is the most racist country in the world, according to the shines of America. They can't stop talking about racism and discrimination and how they're being held back, as if all of them are supposed to be millionaires just because they're black, not because they put any effort to make themselves a millionaire. It's disgusting. I like Crimson Cure. I think Kendra is beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, beautiful Muslim woman. She does really good content, but you know, a lot of us don't. You ain't gonna agree with someone on every piece of their content, but I agree with her with the vast majority of it. But when she covered that Sesame Street thing, I really couldn't believe she did. She fell for that. And now here we are with Chuck E. Cheese, another black child discriminated against. All video, sound, and music used during this broadcast falls under fair use. Fair use is allowed for the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe on copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. So let's get into it. Here it is.
A video is circulating on Twitter tonight by a mom who says her daughter was racially discriminated against at a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant. According to the person who recorded the video, it happened yesterday in Wayne, New Jersey. Someone dressed as the Chuck E. Cheese mascot was seen giving kids high fives and then skip her daughter. The woman claims the white kids were acknowledged while her daughter, who is black, was ignored. We reached out to Chuck E. Cheese for comment, but have not yet heard back. A video is circulating.
If I was Chuck E. Cheese, I wouldn't even acknowledge that bullshit. See, it's the thing is giving any acknowledgement to these low rent, Section 8s, baby mamas with the children that they don't even want to raise, because we see how they grow up. The vast majority of them. So affected with childhood trauma that their behavior as a teen is outrageous. We're seeing the teen violence all over the country. I got a content piece coming for you with that one. There's so much of it, just take your pick. But she's out here talking about my daughter was discriminated against, all the white kids. So you telling me, you know that the person that was wearing that costume, number one, is white and a racist. But see, you know what? It goes to show you how ignorant black women are. The majority of them are. They act like those eyes on those costumes is what they can actually see out of. No, they have little holes. You can barely see out of those costumes. And you have so many blind spots. They have to be very careful in those costumes. Because the place of business can be held liable if they trip over a child. See, what they're going to have to do now, they're going to have to tell these little cartoon characters to come out because of this every time these black women screaming racism and discrimination because of their black children, because nothing will ever be enough for these cartoon characters, whatever they do. What they need to do, give them a standing ovation, need to pick the child up, dance around with them, twerk with them or something. What do they need to do to shut y'all up? And y'all go find something legitimate to talk about. Clean up your neighborhoods. Turn in the gangbangers and all the drug dealers and everything that's ruining your neighborhoods. That's all those stray bullets coming through, killing your children. You know, focus on something that matters. I feel like this is just, it's ridiculous how they allow themselves to be pawns. Or is this something that she knows is not racism or discrimination, but she thinking she can get a check? And that's what I think it is. She can get a check or complain on social media and get her a GoFundMe set up and get all the simple white, the white liberals and the pro-blacks FBAs to donate to her children's college fund. When she get that GoFundMe, she go buy her a head full of weave and makeup and booty shorts and twerk online. Get her all her bling. Let me just read a few comments here on this video. The first comment, which is the most checked, the top comment on this video, it says, so I'm guessing every mascot everywhere must high five every single kid or else it's discrimination. Give it a rest already. And someone said, I used to work in an entertainment company as a young teen and wore these kinds of character costumes often, particularly Minnie Mouse. I can testify that you cannot see shit in these costumes. So there are so many blind spots. I even remember accidentally stepping on a few kids. See, I didn't even read this comment. A few kids' feet because I didn't see them well under me. I'm 100%. This person was not racist. Laughing my ass off. For all we know, that could have been a black man. Exactly. Or a Hispanic or some minority. But the company is being accused of racism, just like Sesame Street is being accused of racism, and they came out and acknowledged this mess. as if one of those cartoon characters have time to stop and give a high five to every child on a moving parade. And for black women, and I'm going to have to say this to Kendra too, to sit up there and act as if this is some kind of thing and black kids aren't welcome. I mean, I just think you really just didn't think this through. I really think she didn't think it through. I think she's very smart, a beautiful woman, that she didn't think this through before she started commenting on it. Because this is not racism. It's not discrimination. WAAAYCISm. See, when it's some real racism coming on, because y'all cry wolf so much, no one's going to pay attention to it. Everybody's desensitized to racism because everything is racist when it comes to the American shine. There's someone said, soon all children places are going to be closed down. Then you'll have to put your character suit on and entertain your own kids. And see, I just don't understand how Kendra just missed this. How she just didn't think about it. And I'm not ragging on her or nothing. I just feel like she just dropped the ball on this one. To open, when you get involved in this and joining in on the bandwagon of racism, make sure it's some real racism. We talking about a cartoon character. How is a cartoon character racist? Just because they didn't acknowledge your child. There are a lot of kids that don't get acknowledged. White ones too. You think they're coming out and saying, oh, we're only going to say hello to the white ones and high five the white ones. To even assume that. See, maybe they need to make special parks only for blacks. Maybe they should do that. Maybe they need to go back to segregation. Because that's the only thing that's going to, because anything that black people are doing that interact with white people, they're looking for any little thing to make them feel uncomfortable so they can scream racism and discrimination. And this white supremacist country, we so struggling, it's so hard over here for America, for us to get ahead because so many people are holding us back. The white man, they don't want us to get nothing. You spend so much time complaining and whining and crying about something that's not true. Because if any of that shit was true, if any ounce of that was true, you're so oppressed and beat down and held back in a country where you have the free will to move to whatever country of your choice. And you have not left. All it is a bunch of chatter. Mindless, endless chatter that you're going to be doing for the next 50, 60, 70, 80 years, the same dribble. Because you're never satisfied. Nothing will ever satisfy the race-obsessed shine. That is what a shine is. Someone that's obsessed with their skin color. And they see everything as race and racism. And that's sad. That's a sad place. That's a sad place to be. Yeah, I mean, you have to pray for people like that. What you have to. What are you getting out of this? What do you gain from this? You gain nothing. I'm Axel. Put your comments below. Tell me what you think about WAAAYCISm at Chuck E. Cheese's and Sesame Streets. These cartoon characters. We need to call out Black Lives Matter. This is serious. Get Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump to the mic. We need to sue. We got to stop all this racism in white racist America. Peace out, everyone. Be blessed.